it's quite an accomplishment for our football team. I'm really happy for our players and our coaching staff. We've been on the wrong side of a lot of these games, as you guys know. It was just fun to watch these guys come in the locker room beating a good football team in USC, a very talented group of players. And you think about what they had to beat. They had to beat a team that has won 18 in a row here. That's a tremendous feat by any program. And, I didn't tell them that. I knew the number. And I told them at the end, now they made it hard on me. I thought about maybe going back to television. I mean, you know, it never ends. It's like, you know, Manny makes the first down, and I'm hollering, to be quite honest, one of our guys tackled him. Just somebody tackled him because the game's over. And sure enough, he runs in for a touchdown, and he comes back, and he looks at me, he says, "Coach," I said, "don't worry about it. It's going to be okay." Sure enough, I'm asking Danny Gonzalez, I said, "Okay, here's what we're going to do." And he says, "Yes, we're going to do." And I said, "Whatever we do, just don't let them throw it deep. Just whatever we do." They throw one deep. And they hit it, and they have onside kick when we get the ball. So it's par for how we've played in, you know, games that we've lost. We finally won a game, a close game, and it's good for the guys. I'm really happy for the kids and the coaches.
Coach, you get a big lead, you play great in the first half, and they score 21 unanswered points. And we talked about the adversity, how they haven't been able to come back after a bad play or a bad series, and it looks like you overcame that adversity today and stemmed the tides.
We did, and that's SC. They have a talented group of skilled players, and they can make big plays, and that's what the game was really about. It was all of a sudden a punt return. We played pretty good defense, we punt the ball, and then all of a sudden they run it back for a touchdown. We go, okay. And then all of a sudden we have momentum for a little while in the first half, and then before the half ends, they hit a couple big plays. And I told the guys before the game started, I said, whatever we do today, guys, we're not going to look at the scoreboard. Just don't look at the scoreboard. I don't want you to look at the scoreboard or pay attention to it. We're going in halftime. I said, don't look at the scoreboard. I said, at the end, we're going to win this game. So just don't look at it. And to their credit, they trusted me. And when we got down and they had momentum, I said, we have to gain momentum again. And Eno was fabulous. He ran the football, and that starts shrinking the game again. And that's what we need to do. We need to shrink the game. And when the game got back in our favor, obviously we made a couple plays, got momentum, and then they come back. And so it was a good game for television. I mean, fans like those kind of games. I don't like those games when they get into the 30s. That's not the world I lived in before. But I'll take it. It's a win.
What did you think about N'Keal Harry's performance?
He's fabulous. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, what he does. But that's what great players do. In big moments, they make plays. And when you have enough of them on your team, you're always in a game, no matter how bad it looks. You can play bad offense for a while and keeps messing around, and all of a sudden they make a play. And that's what, you know, great players make big plays in big moments. And N'Keal is one of those guys, along with three. Three makes big plays. And the quarterback. I mean, when he has to make a throw, you know, this is one of his better games. You know, the last couple of weeks wasn't really sharp, but threw some nice passes, I thought. Made some plays with his legs. And they carried him off for a minute, and I said, well, where's he at? And they said, he's up somewhere. Maybe he's in one of these tents. I said, is he coming back? And they said, maybe. I said, okay. And then he comes back. And I looked at him and said, you okay? And he said, yeah, coach. And I looked in his eyes and said, hey, I want you to be okay. Because if you're not okay, I'm not putting you in the game. Because I worry about player safety. I really do. And when our doctors cleared him and said he could go back, I said, okay. And I wanted to make sure with the doctors that he was okay. Because if he wasn't, he wouldn't go back in the game. He went back in and helped our football team win.
Even though it was a tough third quarter for the offense, it seems like they built a lot of confidence in the first half that eventually did carry over in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and you know, it's like if football comes in look, it's not like we're going to come here on the road, by the way, and blow USC out. They've been 18 in a row in the stadium. So it's not like, you know, okay, when I looked at the score, I'm going, it's not over. And that's why I told them, don't look at the score. I told them that last night. I said, whatever you do not look at the score. Because I'm watching enough tape on these guys knowing that any moment they can make a play. And sure enough, they have good players. They made some plays. And so I think our guys understood that, and they just kept fighting. And that's what these kids have done all year. They have fought. And I'm proud of them for that. I really am, because that's hard to do. You know, all of a sudden you have momentum. You feel like your emotions are into the game, and you think you're going to win the game at halftime, and all of a sudden you get momentum in the third quarter. They kind of dictated the terms, and in the fourth quarter, we made enough plays to win.
Coach, is anything different now? Like, you've been talking about that all year, right? Like just having to fight through tough moments, third downs, executing, overcoming stuff with the refs, and finally it happened. Is there something different?
Well, that's what you want. You want it to happen, and I think just talking to people, other coaches that call me every week and say, Coach, what's going to happen. I say, yeah, eventually we're going to win a game. We're going to win a close game, and you're hoping that this is something that we can realize we can do now, and we can win these close games. And it takes a play or two. And sure enough, we were at the end. We took the knee, and that's always a good thing.
They brought their offense. They brought their offense off the field on that fourth down, or the field goal unit off the field on that fourth down, and you got to stop there. And that hadn't gone well for you guys in earlier games on the road. Yeah. This time it went for you.
And we were very good on third down and fourth down. You could tell like and I've been there now as a coach. Start listening to them fans. They're and he calls timeout, and I knew right there that he's gonna go for it now. I said, because kind of the fans are talking him into it, and maybe he felt good about 4th and 1. I get it, but I've been there. When you don't go for it, and I remember I went for one in New Orleans on a Monday night deal, and could have punted it away, made him play it on a long field, and we were winning the game, and I called the offense and the defense over there on a timeout, and I said, okay, we could punt it and play safe, and I'm trying to get them all excited, and they got all excited. I said, no, Coach, let's go. I got Curtis Martin, figured to make a yard. Didn't make it. They get the ball and they start going down. That's the Kyle Turley helmet deal, right? That's that game. And so we ended up winning, but it's like, hey, I get it. We all been there. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, Cameron Duval, News Observer. Looks like you got that group of committed players that you've been looking for.
We've got some young players that I'm, and I love our seniors and juniors, so I don't want to belittle them by any stretch of imagination. But we got some young players that walk into this stadium that are from Los Angeles, and they're freshmen. And I tell you what, now, you should see the grin on their face. Get to come back home and win a game like this. This arena has had a lot of great events, and I'm not saying this was some game that will go down in history. I'm not saying that, but for me as well. I can remember in 1977 walking down that tunnel as a rookie for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I saw a black limo pull up, and I said, let me see who's getting out of this car. And it was Joe Namath. And I watched Joe Namath walk down that tunnel. And I stood in that same locker that I'm in right now, and I said, yeah, that's Joe Namath. I said, I'm playing against Joe Namath. Lo and behold, my first NFL interception was in this yard right here. It was Joe Namath. I walked out there this morning on the spot. I said, I got it right. Joe Willett.
So back when you were playing, they were calling these targeting rules. They were calling these targeting fouls. You guys got a guy ejected today. Have you seen a guy or a player get ejected on targeting on the offensive side of the ball? There was right before your guy got ejected, there was a questionable call on that kick return.
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those deals. And I understand, look, we're trying to clean up the game. The headgear is supposed to protect players. It shouldn't be used as a weapon, and I'm not saying it is. And I'm not saying guys are intentionally targeting people, but things happen so fast in football. Defensively, when you're going to hit a guy, and all of a sudden he ducks, you can't stop. I say it as a former player. It's a tough rule, but it has to be implemented. The safety of the game has to be implemented for the players. And look, I told Coach pre-game, I said, I hope your quarterback gets back soon, because he had a concussion. And he said, yeah, he's going to be okay. And I said, hey, Coach, I hope he gets back sooner or later. Because you don't want any player to be harmed in this game. It's a great game, and you got to clean it up. And it's hard for guys to change. You got to start at a young, when they're Pop Warner kids, you know. It's going to take a decade to get this out of the system, and eventually it'll be gone, and we won't talk about it anymore. But it's a hard rule for the officials to call. It's hard, but
it's looking like it's more one-sided though.
Well.
Decided not on the opposite side.
Well, you're going to ask the defensive guy that. You know.
I agree.
I'm just a head ball coach.
What is Jalen Harvey's injury?
He had a shoulder. I don't know how bad he is. He's got a shoulder. And we lost some guys today, and some guys had to go in and play. And it's a credit to Danny and those guys in defense getting those guys ready to play.
Coach, what do you think of Jack Sears' play in his first career collegiate start?
You know, Jack did very well. I thought they managed him well too. They used his legs. We knew he could run. I had him in the Under Armour game. I think he was on the other team when he came out, and we knew he was athletic, could make some plays with his legs, and did a nice job of throwing some balls down the field. This is hard. You know, the guy going to the game first time. It's hard, you know, and I think what helped us, we didn't allow them to get the run game going with the running backs. And Coach Gonzalez and his crew did a fabulous job of knowing that they were probably going to run him some and get him on the edge and give him some nice throws. But he made some throws too. You know, he made a couple throws for him. I mean, 21 throws a touchdown pass, and they run a punt back, right?
And call.
Yeah. So, you know, it was one of those games. It was a good television game. You know, that's the television in me. You know, you want games to look good on television. It's good for the fans. You know, it's worldwide leaders happy. We got a good game on television.
Do you think USC played up their potential?
You got to ask Coach that. That's not. I don't comment on other teams. That's their head coach's decision. I don't do that. I just worry about my team. I got enough to worry about. I got a bunch of little guys running around that just came out of high school. They're trying to make sure they catch the bus. I'm worried about some of these guys might stay here because they think, well, I can stay for a while. I can stay a weekend. Well, you got to come back.
Everybody good? Thank you.